Hey y'all, so I am back for a quick part two of how to kill the hunger. Yesterday we talked about sugar-induced hunger and how it affects your body and strategy to kind of get you over that and get you in the back on the right track and get that sugar out of your system efficiently so that you don't feel this need to eat all the time. You're starving to death all the time. Well, I'm going to give you two strategies, and they can be used not only for this particular sugar-induced hunger, but for any time you feel hungry. So whether you're just kind of struggling with being hungry all the time or not, or you're just hungry right then, you're trying to kind of cut back, or you're not able to actually eat right at the moment, then these two strategies will help you deal with that. The first one is going to be deep breathing. I know it sounds hokey, but bear with me. It really, really works, and it works for many reasons. One is, first, when you oxygenate the brain, obviously, then it gives you energy naturally without actually having to eat. So if you're not super hungry for real, you're just kind of anxiety or stress related hunger, then it's going to help alleviate that. Two, the way you deep breathe is really important because it's going to do two things. One, it's going to distract you. So if you are distracted, you're going to be less likely, obviously, to think about how hungry you are until it subsides. So the way you're going to do it is inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth. And you're going to count when you do that. So you want to inhale for 5 counts, hold your breath for 3 counts, and then exhale fully for 2 counts. So inhale, hold it, and then fully exhale out your mouth. And you'll do that for 5 breaths. It's going to do, obviously distract you, but it's also going to help reduce your stress and your anxiety. So if you're like me, I tend to stress eat, so I get a little overwhelmed with a project or whatever's going on, and I'm like, okay, I need to take a break. I'm going to eat something. For whatever reason, I feel hungry. If you'll do that breathing, it'll help relieve the stress, it'll help relieve the anxiety so that it won't stimulate your hunger, and then it's also going to, like I said, distract you because you're having to count and do all sorts of things. If you battle naturally with just chronic stress or just chronic anxiety in situations, maybe it's not even related to hunger, you just find yourself anxious. A lot of people have those moments, these little anxiety or panic attacks. This breathing technique will also help you with that too. I just recommend maybe doing 9 or 10 breaths instead of just 5. Just, don't hyperventilate and pass out doing deep breathing. So just try to do it before a meal. It'll aid in digestion. It will relax your body so that you're in a relaxed state when you actually do eat. Even if you're not trying to kind of quench your hunger, you are still in a relaxed state when you're eating, so you'll just digest your food better and actually eat less that way as well. So those are really important things too, just for eating in general. The other thing is doing a short burst of exercise. And I'm not talking about working out. What I'm talking about is literally 1, maybe at the most 2 minutes at a time. And you can do this anywhere. You can do it at the office. You can do it in your house. You don't need any kind of equipment whatsoever. You don't need, just if you're wearing heels or boots or something, take your shoes off. You can do it barefooted. You don't have to change clothes or worry about really even breaking a sweat. The idea is to get your heart rate up really pretty as high as you can for that 1 to 2 minutes. What that's going to do is your body has 2 hormones that regulate appetite. There is leptin, which is your hunger hormone that makes you not hungry, and then there's ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone that makes you hungry. It stimulates your appetite. What these little short intense bursts of exercise for like 1 to 2 minutes activates the leptin, the one that makes you not hungry anymore, which is what we're wanting. So even if it's you're battling hunger all the time, or you're just trying to kind of maybe lose weight or activate your leptin, which also triggers the use of fat for energy, and it keeps that triggered a little bit longer too. even if whatever your reasoning behind it is, it works. And you can do this several times a day, and it just gives you that boost of leptin in your system so that it helps metabolize fat better. The way to do this, so again, if you have on tennis shoes, great, but if you don't, take your shoes off. And for some people, it's going to depend, I guess, on your level of fitness. If you're very overweight, or you have arthritis, or some kind of a joint injury, or you're concerned about your knees or ankles, jumping jacks may not really be good for you. If you're concerned about jumping, then or you're not really an active person, just doing squats will be enough to get your heart rate really, really high. It's whatever activity is going to get your heart rate really high. Jumping jacks is great for most people, but if you're in really, really great shape, jumping jacks may not actually be hard enough or intense enough in 1 or 2 minutes to get your heart rate high enough. So what you don't want to do is something moderate that's really not intense enough for you, because then you're going to stimulate the hungry hormone that stimulates appetite, which is ghrelin, which is not what we're wanting to do. So if jumping jacks works, great, fine. Maybe it's if it's not, you can do squat hops, where you squat and then jump as high as you can, or tuck jumps. Maybe even stairs. If you have stairs at your office or your house, you can sprint up the stairs several times and get your heart rate up. The key is to do whatever activity you can that gets your heart rate really, really high for 1 to 2 minutes, and that's it. So if you have questions about that, or or if you're concerned about your knees or something, just message me and we can talk a little bit further about that. Or if you have any other questions about, we talked about hunger today, or the video that we did yesterday about sugar-induced hunger, then just, type them in. If you like the videos, obviously keep sharing them. Hopefully I can do an ice cream video with y'all tomorrow. And I know it's kind of cold here, but I mean, you can eat ice cream anytime as far as I'm concerned. So watch for that video tomorrow, but I'll wait a couple seconds. If you guys I see a lot of people kind of checked in. If you guys have any questions real quick, type them in if you want to. And if not, then I will see y'all tomorrow. Thanks.